Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back, Force here, and today we'll be taking a look at Bit.Trip Runner 2. This is a side-scrolling rhythm platforming game from Gaijin Games. Here in this video I'll be showing you a bit of gameplay as well as giving you my general impressions on Runner 2, and we're going to start off in the very first world, which is the Welkin Wonderland, at the very first level, just to give you a little bit of a backstory and introduction to the game. With our narrator.
Realizing the gravity of the situation, Commander Video plummets back through the layers of a once-known reality and into the soft, bulbous bosom of a new one. Unsure of the outcome, but retaining optimism, our hero is guided to his skyward perch and thus begins his stay in the Welkin Wonderland.
Alright, so Runner 2 is part of the Bit.Trip series. Now the Bit.Trip series are a series of rhythm-focused games. This is actually the direct sequel to Bit.Trip Runner and introduces new abilities, characters, as well as HD graphics. And you might be saying, Force, these graphics look pretty basic here. The original game was actually sort of an 8-bit retro style graphics, so this is most definitely an improvement over them, or at least a more modernized version of them. So let's talk about the basic premise of this game. Now what you do in Runner 2 is you are moving from left to right, and you must use your various abilities, like starting off here in the first level, we're introduced to just the basic jump. You must use your abilities to collect these gold bars and to avoid obstacles. So beyond jumping, there are a whole bunch of other things that you can do. They're not required here in this level, but at its core, that is what it is. Avoid obstacles, collect gold bars, and if you collect all the gold bars, you get a little bonus at the end, which hopefully I'll be able to show you here. And also, there are these little red plus signs. Getting those gives you a score multiplier, but it also intensifies the music. Now, if you've been paying attention, you're going to notice whenever I do something, there is a sound effect attributed to it, and by completing all the objectives, essentially, you're going to hear the full song the way it was meant to be heard. Alright, so I've collected all the gold bars, so I get this little bonus at the end. Attempt for a bullseye, which I just barely got there, and that just further adds to your score. So it's a score-driven game. You try to accumulate as high a score as possible, and you do that by getting all the bars, getting all the plus signs, and avoiding all of the obstacles. Now, if actually I pull up K here, I can show you. I've actually got third place on the leaderboard right now. There's a dance mechanic in this game, which is what allowed me to get that 1,222,000 score prior to this run in a previous one. But we'll be looking at the dance mechanic a little bit later on. Let's go ahead and progress now to a little bit of a further level. Now that the first few levels really just focus on jumping, so I'm going to move a little bit over here. I'd like to introduce you to everything that you can do within this game, because there is a lot more than jumping. So far it's quite simplistic, at least it seems that way, but it is a very, very intense game as it progresses. It's a very reflex and timing focused game, which you're going to even come to see just in this very basic level. Now, if I clip the edge of one of those stairs, or if I hit one of these guys, I'm either going to get brought all the way back to the beginning of the level, or back to a most recent checkpoint. And actually, I kind of almost wanted to... I missed one of the gold bars back there. I kind of wanted to fail just to go back and get it, but it's not a big deal. The only thing is, obviously my score is not going to be as high, but I also don't get that bonus at the end. So this isn't going to be a run attempting for a high score, essentially. None of these really are either, because I'm not dancing, so yeah. Let's go ahead and do these, and now we are an extra, so the music is as intense as it gets. We've got a nice score multiplier here. And there you go. So look, I just clipped the edge there. Something as simple as that. You get no extra lives or anything like that. Now you can keep playing because you're going to keep bouncing back to your checkpoint, but mid-run, in between checkpoints, you get no sort of second tries. You can't hit anything. Boop, 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 doo, doo. I have to say, the whole rhythm aspect of this game, I found it quite addicting. Like, I was in a position playing this earlier today where I'm like, I need to collect everything, and I need to jump over and dive under every baddie just to hear the song in its full glory. Alright, so we're going to move on. That was so strange. We're going to move on here to another level and introducing a different mechanic. Alright, let's go ahead and move down to here. We should have a few more mechanics introduced in this one. Required mechanics, I should say. Because technically I can pretty much do anything. So this one's going to introduce our kick now. And we need to kick through things. There's also a slide mechanic, so we're going to kick through that there. Do that with K. And jump through here and kick through that. In terms of the pacing, I don't know if I've already said this, but I've got no control over the pacing. And then there's also the slide. So now we've got 2 additional things besides just jumping that we need to pay attention to. I need to slide underneath these, and we need to kick through those things, kick through that thing. There we go. There we go. Oh, snap. All the way back to the beginning, but that's fine. Let's move forward. There we go. So it definitely gets quite difficult as you move through the game. I'm on the 2nd world right now out of 5 worlds. It's a total of 5 worlds and some 100+ levels. I'll give you those exact figures as we wrap up this video here. But there seems to be a fair amount of content. And even in the 2nd world, man, I gotta tell you, things start to get quite difficult with all the things you can do. And if you really wanted to rack up the score here, in between everything that you're doing, you can be dancing by hitting A, which is going to, while you're dancing, you can't do anything. So you gotta try to be careful not to start dancing right before, like something like that. You have to be careful not to dance right before an objective like that. But yeah, you can be dancing in between everything, and that just it'll basically make it so that there's not a point in time where there's not something you can be doing. If you're not jumping or kicking or blocking or sliding, then you should be dancing essentially. And that's how you're gonna get as high a score as possible in this game and really top that leaderboard. Which, you know, this is just one of those games where that's what that is all about. So if you're not much of a leaderboard guy, this might not sort of be something you're that interested in, but I found myself quite drawn into the music of this game. It's obviously, you know, very la 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 la, kind of floating through the clouds music. Get the bullseye again, huh? Won't be a contender for a high score simply because I hardly did any dancing there. But, you know, actually I'm in 3rd. What? That doesn't make any sense. No one must be dancing. If I did that level dancing most of the time, I guarantee you I could hit 1st place, because look at that. I hardly did any dancing there, and that's silly. I mean, this is pre-release right now. This game's coming out, as of this recording, tomorrow. It's coming out on Tuesday. I'm recording this on Monday. All right, we're gonna go a little bit further now. Things are gonna get a little more complex. I want to show you a couple levels and a boss fight, and then we're probably gonna wrap it up. Okay, so I'm gonna dance now, and we've got the bouncing mechanic as well, which is done with W. Or sorry, that's just a. I just have to hit this, and then we can dance in between and try to do that, and dance and kick, and do this, and dance and jump and slide. Oh my lord! And then W, we have to hit W on those particular ones right here to actually get the full thrust of that, and then we go through this. I might have to stop talking in a second because this is actually really starting to get a little intense here. And again, you hear the music really picking up here, and go for that. Okay, flip it around town here. I got options. We can go down or up. I decided to go down there. Gonna kick through that. Gonna go this way. Wrap this through. Come on. I gotcha. There you go. I gotcha. I know. Oh my lord. I cannot believe that I'm doing this well. What? No way. That was crazy. If I get the cannonball here, this might actually be a really good. Oh, you know what? I kind of stopped dancing, didn't I? Oh well. There's too much to pay attention to. It's too much to do. Absolutely too much to do. Now, this might be a decent one. I got a perfect there. What's my score? What's my placing? 3rd place. Look at that again, with hardly any dancing. Okay, so things have been getting progressively more difficult. Let's go ahead and move on now, and we'll be introduced. I believe the block mechanic will be introduced in this one, or was introduced in a prior one and will be utilized in this one. So, okay. So we've got our jumping still. Oh, well, that's a good start. So I've also got the ability to block here with D, and that there's these little green blocks that will be thrown at you that you'll have to use that to block with. Okay, so we got electric guys, slide underneath that. Oh, missed that. That's gonna hurt a lot. I don't get my score multiplier from that. You know what? I'm gonna fail this. Go back there. I do want this to be a legitimate run here. So we can dance there. Boop, 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 boop. Doop, doop, boop, boop, boop. And then spamming spacebar through this to get as high a score as possible. Spam spacebar. There you go. Okay. Kick and do that. This is so, it takes up so much focus, guys. This game's fun though. I like it. You have to like platformers, rhythm games nonetheless. There's a lot of caveats I feel like, but I heard a lot of good things about the original Bit.Trip Runner, but I never took a look at it, and I can probably see why people thought it was such a great game, because after spending a few hours, I'm kind of having a bit of fun with this. Okay, so here's some block in action. We gotta block those, and we gotta hit through a couple of these, and we gotta slide underneath that, dance, kick, block through those. There we go. Thank you. Woohoo! And I think I got all of them there, didn't I? Fantastic. Okay, so now you've got a pretty good idea of all the different things that you can do with the blocking, the leaping, the sliding. I'm gonna, I think, wrap things up here by showing you guys a boss fight. Ooh, that's a nice score. No way! First place, guys. You guys witnessed first place placement. That will easily get trumped by someone who's dancing in between everything, which I failed to do. But we're gonna wrap things up here, taking a look at a boss fight. And I think this is gonna give you guys a pretty clear idea of what Runner 2 is all about. This is the first world, and obviously I jumped in between things here. All right, I'm gonna try this boss fight with dancing. Let's see if we can get a high score here as well. Okay. All right, you. Do your worst. Okay. Come on. Okay. No! Okay, I'm trying to dance as much as possible. And yes, launch that up. Okay, so we're gonna dance a bunch here. Ooh! That was my failure. At least we got a checkpoint there, wonderful. Okay, I can't dance at that point. I don't know why I keep trying. I need to stop trying. Okay. No, stop trying to dance. Stop it. Stop trying to dance, please. I'm gonna stop trying to dance, I think. That could have been a point. I could have danced twice there, actually. Wow. That would have been nice, huh? Ooh, buddy. Yeah. Don't stop trying to dance, Force. I need to dance. Oh, no. All right, we'll go back there. Oh, snap. This is pretty fun, though. I think this game is pretty enjoyable now. You know, the question then becomes sort of how much are you willing to spend on this? Are you going to buy this full priced, or are you going to wait for a Steam sale, right? That's, oh. I tried dancing way too much there. Boop. And that is that, isn't it? That is that. Keep dancing. Dance if you want to. Leave your friends behind. So once again, guys, this has been a look at Bit.Trip Runner 2. The actual full name of this game is Bit.Trip Presents Runner 2 Future Legend of Rhythm Alien. How did I do there? That was all right. Yeah, I got third place, huh? Not too shabby. All right, let's go ahead and back this up here. So once again, this has been a look at Bit.Trip Runner 2, the side-scrolling rhythm platforming games from Gaijin Games. It's got 5 worlds, 120 levels, and 5 boss battles. You move from left to right, you collect gold pieces and plus signs, and you really try to focus on avoiding obstacles and, again, getting as high a score as possible. It's a pretty fun game if you like this style. It's, once more, very timing and reflex-based. Can get quite difficult, even just in the second world. It's going to be available on Steam tomorrow. Ooh, we got a new world here, huh? I guess I can try this. It's going to be available on Steam tomorrow. It is fully priced at $14.99. A 10% discount at the moment of this recording brings it down to $13.49, although I'm not sure how long that discount will last. So it's $15 for this style of game. You know, once again, that could be a bit too much for this type of game for someone like you. I don't know who I'm talking to, but, you know, some people won't want to pay that for this, but if you can get it on sale, definitely. If you're really into these style of games, it's probably a pretty good choice for you as well. So there you go. Thanks again for watching, guys. If you like the content, please subscribe. And as always, keep watching and keep owning. What am I gonna do here? Keep jumping, keep kicking, keep doing that thing. What is this little crab hut? Oh, it's a checkpoint. Okay, crab hut checkpoint. I gotcha. Ultra. Sliding on down. This is going phenomenally well. This cannot last for very long. I am too excited about what's happening here. This is dangerous. Hello to you. Hello. Kick through. I get that. Oh boy. I can't believe how well I am doing. This makes no sense whatsoever, guys. I've never done that well in a single run. Awesome.